The sea was calm, almost unnaturally so, under the twin suns of Orpheus IV. The human exploration vessel, Endeavour, cut through the waves, its sensors scanning the vast ocean for any sign of life or wreckage. Captain Mara Levin stood at the bridge, her eyes narrowing at the faint blip appearing on the radar. It was small, irregular, almost like the shape of a ship, but old, ancient. "That's not on any of our maps," she said, her voice steady but tinged with curiosity. Her first officer, Jalen, leaned over the console, studying the readings. "It's massive," he said. "And it's moving. Somehow. Could it be debris from the old pirate fleets we were warned about?" Mara shook her head. "Pirates haven't sailed these waters in over a century. At least, not anyone human. Let's get a visual." The bridge quieted as the crew adjusted cameras and scanning devices. The image that came up on the main screen made everyone hold their breath. Rising slowly from the depths of the ocean was a ship unlike any they had seen. Its hull was scarred and rusted, the metal dulled by centuries underwater. Strange symbols, neither human nor any known alien language, were etched along its sides. But what caught their attention most were the chests on the deck, dozens of them, locked and rattling as though something moved inside. "Those chests. They're alive," whispered Dr. Lyra Tan, the team's archaeologist. Her voice trembled, not with fear, but with excitement. Jalen frowned. "You mean they're moving?" "Not exactly," Lyra said. "But whatever is inside them is definitely not inanimate." Mara studied the vessel carefully. "We have no idea what's down there, or who made it. But we do know one thing. Humans are the ones here. And humans don't shy away from the unknown." She turned toward the communications console. "Prepare a drone. Let's get closer and see what we're dealing with before anyone sets foot aboard." The drone hummed as it was deployed into the sky, descending toward the pirate vessel. Its cameras captured the details as it neared. The ship's deck was cluttered with rusted cannons, coils of rope, and the rattling chests, some covered in seaweed. As the drone hovered closer, a faint glow pulsed from the ship's hull, almost like a heartbeat. "That's strange," Lyra said. "It shouldn't be doing that. Not unless it's powered by something we don't understand." Suddenly, the drone's feed flickered. A low, metallic sound resonated, and a beam of light shot toward it from the vessel. The drone shivered and tilted, its cameras capturing glimpses of a shimmering barrier that seemed to rise like water around it. Then, just as suddenly, the light went out, and the feed returned to normal. Jalen exhaled. "Well, it doesn't want company. Maybe we should rethink this." Mara shook her head. "No. We came here for discovery. That's what humans do. We understand, we adapt, and we survive. Send the boarding team." The Endeavour drew alongside the pirate vessel, and a small boarding craft was lowered into the water. The humans approached cautiously, each step heavy with anticipation. As they boarded the deck, the chests rattled more intensely, as though reacting to the presence of life. Lyra knelt beside one of the smaller chests, brushing away layers of grime. The lock was complex, a combination of alien design and old pirate craftsmanship. "I've seen many locks," she murmured, "but never like this." Suddenly, a faint noise echoed from below the deck. A scratching, almost like claws on metal. The humans froze. "What was that?" whispered Jalen. "Whatever it is, it's been trapped in here a long time," Lyra said, her eyes wide. "And it doesn't like visitors." The chests rattled violently now, some tipping slightly as if trying to roll themselves toward the humans. Mara's hand went to her sidearm, though she didn't plan to fire. "Keep calm. Observe. That's what we're here for." As they explored further, the deck revealed more mysteries. Cannons had strange devices attached, as though designed to fire something other than cannonballs. Nets lay in coils, yet inside the nets were small, almost insect-like drones, their wings metallic and delicate. They twitched as the humans approached, then suddenly powered up, hovering in place. "They're alive," Lyra said again, her fascination growing. Not in a normal way. They're intelligent. They're guardians. The humans had barely begun to understand the ship when the most remarkable thing happened. A soft hum rose from the hull, growing louder until the entire vessel seemed to vibrate. The chests rattled in synchrony, the lids shifting slightly as if breathing. One of the larger chests slowly opened, revealing a faint light inside. Jalen took a step back. "Captain, we should leave. This isn't just a ship, it's alive." Mara stepped closer to the glowing chest, her curiosity overpowering caution. She reached out, and the light shot upward in a narrow beam. The humans blinked against it, and when their vision cleared, a holographic image hovered above the chest. It was a map of the galaxy, glowing points scattered across star systems. "These are colonies, human colonies," Lyra said, astonished. "Some of them were lost centuries ago. This map, it shows where they are. Someone, or something, wants us to find them." The hologram flickered, showing symbols that shifted and changed when touched. The humans realized these were coordinates, not just information. Whoever had left this ship behind had intended for someone to discover it, and the chests were keys. Suddenly, the ship shuddered. A low rumble rolled through the deck, and the human team instinctively drew together. From the depths below, something moved, massive shapes gliding through the water toward the vessel. Shadows of enormous creatures passed under the hull, their size dwarfing the human craft. "Something else is here," Mara said, her voice tight. "And it doesn't like us." The crew scrambled to analyze the movement. Sensors were picking up signatures unlike anything recorded before, part organic, part mechanical, almost like the ship itself had created them. Lyra's fingers flew over a console, trying to understand. "This ship, it's a guardian. It was built to protect something important. The chests, they're not just treasure. They're tests." A chest rattled violently nearby, as if confirming her words. Another light flickered on, revealing a compartment beneath the deck. A hidden hatch had opened, inviting the humans to descend, or perhaps daring them. Mara looked at her crew. "We're here. Humans are explorers. Humans are survivors. Humans are special. We don't back down." She motioned toward the hatch. "Prepare to go down, carefully." The air grew tense as the team descended into the lower decks. The space was tight, filled with the scent of salt and old metal. Strange markings lined the walls, telling stories of battles long forgotten and technology beyond human comprehension. The chests above seemed quieter now, almost as if waiting. In the dim light, they discovered more than they had imagined. Tools and machines that could manipulate gravity. Devices that could project holographic simulations of entire planets. And small, intelligent constructs that watched silently. These constructs did not move until approached, and even then, only cautiously. "It's testing us," Lyra whispered. "Watching if we're clever enough, brave enough, worthy." The humans realized something profound. This ship, this pirate vessel, was not simply abandoned. It had been left behind by an unknown force to safeguard secrets meant for a species capable of ingenuity and courage. In that moment, the humans understood something deep about themselves. They were not just explorers, they were uniquely human, capable of facing the unknown where others might falter. As they made their way back to the upper deck, the sun reflected off the water in dazzling patterns, and the chests rattled one last time. It was a warning, a welcome, and a challenge all at once. The humans had taken their first step into a mystery that would stretch across the stars, testing their courage, intelligence, and unity. Captain Mara Levin looked out over the ship and smiled. "This is only the beginning," she said. "Humans don't just survive. We discover, we adapt, and we will uncover what this ship has been guarding for centuries." Above the waves, the pirate vessel rested quietly, its secrets still half hidden, waiting for the humans to prove themselves worthy. The humans had barely recovered from the awe of the pirate vessel's upper deck when the ship seemed to shift beneath them. The metal groaned softly, almost like a living being stirring from a long sleep. The chests on deck rattled again, some tipping and sliding, as if trying to communicate or perhaps warning them to proceed carefully. Captain Mar 11 glanced at her team. "We've seen the upper deck. Now we need to know what's below. That's where the real secrets are." The lower deck was darker, colder, and smelled of salt and decay. The human explorers' lights pierced through the gloom, revealing corridors lined with alien machinery fused to old pirate construction. Panels blinked with symbols they could not read, but they pulsed gently in response to the human's presence, almost like a heartbeat. "This is incredible," Dr. Lyra Tan whispered, trailing her fingers along the wall. "It's as if someone merged human ingenuity with technology far beyond our comprehension." Whoever built this knew both human and alien methods. Jalen adjusted his portable scanner. "The readings are strange. Energy flows in patterns I've never seen. It's like the ship itself is alive." As they moved forward, the first of the chests began to open on its own. A soft glow poured from the gaps, and from within emerged small holographic projections. They were star maps, some showing familiar systems, others entirely unknown, dotted with blinking points of light. Lyra leaned closer, her eyes widening. These are coordinates," she said, almost breathless. "They could be locations of lost human colonies. Some of these systems were written off as uninhabitable." The humans paused, realizing the magnitude of their discovery. This ship, left abandoned for centuries, was guiding them to humanity's forgotten or hidden worlds. It was a message, perhaps even a test. Suddenly, a low hum vibrated through the deck. The ship's lights flickered as a hidden panel slid open, revealing a narrow passage descending further into darkness. Mara stepped forward, her hand resting on the railing. "This is it," she said. "Whatever the ship wants us to find is down there." The team followed cautiously, aware of every sound, every movement. The passage opened into a vast chamber, larger than any human shipyard. Here, the chests were arranged in a pattern that suggested deliberate placement, almost ceremonial. Each chest glowed faintly, the colors shifting like oil on water. "It's like a puzzle," Jalen said. "We need to figure out how to open them properly. If we force them, we could trigger a trap, or worse." Lyra studied the chests closely. "Look at these symbols. They aren't just decorations, they're instructions. I think the ship wants us to solve this in a certain way." As the humans examined the chests, the floor vibrated slightly. A low clicking echoed from the walls, followed by a soft metallic scraping. Small, insect-like drones, similar to the ones they had seen on the upper deck, emerged from hidden compartments. They hovered in the air, observing the humans, their eyes glowing faintly in synchrony with the chests. "They're intelligent," Lyra said. "Not aggressive, just curious. They want to see what we do." Mara nodded. "We proceed carefully. We respect the ship. We observe, learn, and adapt. That's what humans do best." The first chest opened fully as Lyra touched the right combination of symbols. From inside emerged a holographic AI, a small, translucent figure that seemed both alien and familiar. It spoke in a voice that echoed gently through the chamber, though the language was unknown. Surprisingly, the humans could understand it. "Welcome, Seekers," the AI said. "You have passed the first test. These chests contain knowledge, technology, and guidance. Only those who demonstrate courage, intelligence, and integrity may claim them." Jalen stepped back, startled. This is incredible. The ship was left for us to find. Not just the chests, but guidance for humanity itself." The AI projected a series of images above the first chest. Star systems, colonies lost to time, and blueprints for advanced technology. It became clear that whoever had built the vessel had intended for humans to discover a legacy of immense power, but only if they proved themselves worthy. "This is beyond anything we imagined," Mara said, awe in her voice. "Humans are not just explorers. We're guardians. And this ship chose us." The humans began to work together to unlock more chests, each revealing more wonders. Devices capable of manipulating gravity, tools that could repair planets, and records of human history long erased by war and neglect. The alien technology responded to human ingenuity. The more they understood, the more the ship revealed. But discovery was not without danger. A sudden tremor shook the chamber. The chests rattled violently, and the small drones took flight in a defensive formation. Sensors indicated large masses moving outside the vessel, beneath the waves. Mara's heart raced. "Something else is here," she said. "Something alive, intelligent, and very large." Outside the ship, enormous creatures, part biological, part machine, circled in the ocean depths. They were drawn to the energy the ship emitted. The humans had no way to know if these creatures were predators, guardians, or simply curious, but their sheer size and speed were terrifying. Jalen activated the ship's defense interface. The pirate vessel responded as if recognizing a threat. Cannons slid from hidden compartments. Though they were not ordinary weapons, energy beams formed in their barrels, powerful but controlled. The humans realized the ship was defending itself and them. "Humans are clever," the AI said softly, "and humans survive. That is why you are chosen." The humans coordinated, guiding the ship's defenses while continuing to unlock the chests. The creatures pressed closer. But the humans' ingenuity allowed them to create diversions and barriers using the ship's advanced systems. Every time a chest opened, the energy inside seemed to pulse, repelling the creatures temporarily. Lyra marveled at the process. The ship is alive in more ways than one. It reacts to us, to the threats, and even to our problem-solving. It's teaching us, testing us. Hours passed, though it felt like minutes. Each chest revealed not only tools and information, but also lessons in strategy, ethics, and human resilience. The humans discovered that the ship's creators had anticipated scenarios where the wrong choices could lead to disaster. Every decision they made affected the behavior of the chests, the AI, and even the drones. By the time the final chest was approached, the humans had learned something profound. The vessel was not just a pirate ship. It was a repository of knowledge, a test of character, and a guide for humanity's future. It was designed to challenge, to teach, and to reward those who proved worthy. The last chest opened slowly, revealing a holographic projection of a distant galaxy. Stars glimmered as if alive, and several points flickered in sequence. The AI's voice echoed once more. "These are locations of lost colonies. Places where humans once thrived, but were forgotten. With this knowledge, you may restore what was lost. But remember, power without wisdom is dangerous. Only those who act with courage, ingenuity, and integrity may succeed." Mara looked at her crew, pride swelling in her chest. "This is why humans survive where others fail. We are clever, adaptable, and determined. We don't just explore, we protect, we create, and we endure." The human explorers realized that the pirate vessel, though ancient and mysterious, had chosen them not for their strength alone, but for their qualities as humans: curiosity, bravery, and the ability to work together in the face of the unknown. Outside, the ocean remained calm, the creatures retreating slightly, as if acknowledging the humans' capability. The chests had been more than a puzzle. They were a proving ground, and the humans had passed. As the sun set over the waves, casting golden light across the deck, the humans stood together, gazing at the chests and the mysteries they held. They knew that what they had discovered was only the beginning. The ship had revealed a path, but the journey ahead would require more courage, more intelligence, and more of that uniquely human spark that had brought them this far. The first steps of that journey had been taken, and the humans were ready. They had learned that the universe was vast, full of wonders and dangers, but also that humans, through ingenuity and determination, could rise above any challenge. The pirate vessel seemed to settle into the water once more, quiet yet alive, its secrets partially revealed. The humans knew that the chests were not just treasure, they were responsibility, guidance, and a test of character. And the adventure was far from over. The crew returned to the upper deck, their minds racing with possibilities. The vessel had taught them lessons, offered tools, and revealed locations that could change humanity's future. But it had also made clear that the next challenges would be even greater, demanding every ounce of human courage and intellect. Mara took a deep breath, looking out at the horizon. We have the knowledge. We have the tools. And we have each other. Now we show the universe what humans can do. As the last rays of the twin suns glinted off the chest's surfaces, the humans felt a connection to something far greater than themselves. They were not alone, and for the first time in centuries, humanity had a chance to reclaim its lost legacy and prove, once again, that humans were capable of wonders beyond imagination. The sun rose over Orpheus IV, casting pale light across the ocean as the pirate vessel floated silently. The humans aboard had learned much since they first discovered the ship. They had opened most of the chests, each one revealing extraordinary knowledge, lost human colonies, and alien technology. Yet, despite their discoveries, the feeling of unease lingered. Something was still waiting for them. Captain Mara Levin stood on the deck, her eyes scanning the horizon. We have the knowledge, the technology, and the guidance, she said quietly. But the universe doesn't give anything freely. We must be ready for whatever comes next. Dr. Lyra Tan examined a small device from one of the chests. It was sleek, metallic, and pulsed with energy. This ship is more than a vessel, she said. It's a guardian. It protects knowledge, tests those who seek it, and responds to the intentions of the humans aboard. Jalen frowned, peering at the sensors. And there's definitely something out there. Massive objects moving just below the surface. They've been following the ship since we boarded. They're intelligent, I'm sure of it. As if in response to his words, the ocean suddenly erupted. Great shapes broke the surface. Towering creatures, partially mechanical, partially organic. Their eyes glowed faintly, scanning the pirate vessel. The humans had no time to panic. The creatures advanced with speed, circling the ship and testing its defenses. Everyone to stations, Mara commanded. We protect the ship, and we protect each other. The pirate vessel seemed to respond immediately. Hidden cannons slid from the hull. Not with brute force, but with precision. Energy beams shimmered along the deck, forming protective barriers. The ship itself seemed alive. Reacting to the creature's approach, Lyra turned to Mara. Captain, the ship is showing us how to fight. We need to cooperate with it. If we panic, we fail. The creatures lunged, and the humans worked together, using both the ship's advanced systems and their own ingenuity. They coordinated movements, drawing the attackers into traps created by energy pulses and holographic decoys. Every time a creature pressed closer, the ship responded, pulsing energy in patterns that suggested intelligence rather than random defense. Jalen marveled at the ship's responsiveness. It's almost like it knows what we're thinking. That's exactly what it is, Lyra said. The ship understands human thought patterns. It recognizes ingenuity and courage. That's why it's chosen us. Hours passed, though it felt like minutes. The humans learned quickly to anticipate the creature's movements, using clever strategies rather than brute force. They lured one into a holographic projection, while another was guided into a containment field generated by a device from one of the chests. Amid the chaos, the AI from the first chest appeared again, hovering beside Lyra. Your abilities are commendable, it said, but these are only the first trials. True challenges lie ahead. What you choose to do next will define your worthiness. Mara felt a chill. We've faced enormous creatures. We've solved complex puzzles. And we've unlocked technology beyond our understanding. What could be next? The ship's deck shook, and one of the chests rattled violently. A compartment opened, revealing a small alien drone. Unlike the creatures attacking outside, this one seemed benevolent. It hovered in the air, scanning the humans. Then, It projected a sequence of symbols across the deck. Lyra studied them quickly. It's another test. The ship wants us to unlock something using logic, creativity, and teamwork. The humans work together, aligning the symbols and matching them to patterns from previous chests. The drone observed silently, pulsing its light in approval when they succeeded. Finally, the chest opened, revealing a small, sentient AI that seemed almost alive. It projected a holographic map of distant star systems, highlighting several planets in ruins and others thriving. These are human colonies lost to time, the AI said. Your next mission is to restore and protect them. But beware. Forces that seek to exploit this knowledge are already aware of your presence. Mara's jaw tightened. Then we act quickly. Humans are capable of solving impossible problems, and we will not fail. Jalen scanned the horizon. The creatures are regrouping. They're smarter than we thought. They've learned from our tactics. The humans realized that brute force alone would not defeat the creatures. They needed creativity, adaptability, and unity, the very qualities that made humans unique. They coordinated carefully, using the ship's energy fields, holographic decoys, and the AI's guidance to outmaneuver the attackers. As the battle continued, the humans discovered that the chest contained more than knowledge and technology. Some revealed tools that allowed them to communicate with the creatures. Through careful observation, Lyra noticed patterns in the creatures' movements, as if they were testing the humans, much like the ship had. We're not just fighting them, she said. We're proving ourselves worthy of this legacy. Mara nodded. Then we fight smart. We use our brains as much as our strength. The humans began to communicate with the creatures indirectly, using energy pulses and holographic signals from the ship. Slowly, the creatures' attacks became less aggressive, more measured. It was as though they were recognizing the humans' capabilities and intelligence. Hours turned into a full day. And the humans, with the help of the ship and the AI, managed to gain the upper hand. The creatures eventually retreated, leaving the pirate vessel unharmed. The humans breathed deeply, feeling both exhaustion and exhilaration. Lyra examined the chests once more. Each one is more than a puzzle. Each is a lesson in courage, intelligence, and morality. The ship is preparing us for something greater than survival. Jalen glanced at the AI. Do you think there are more dangers ahead? The AI's light pulsed thoughtfully. Yes. You have proven yourselves capable. But the greatest challenge is yet to come. The choices you make now will shape the future of humanity. Mara felt a surge of determination. Then we choose wisely. Humans don't just endure. We explore, we create, and we protect. That's who we are. As night fell over Orpheus IV, the humans stood together on the deck, gazing at the ocean and the stars beyond. The chests remained open, revealing their contents. But the feeling of mystery and wonder was stronger than ever. The vessel had taught them much, but it had also shown them that the universe was vast, full of opportunities and dangers alike. The human explorers realized that they had a responsibility far greater than themselves. They were not just discovering ancient secrets, they were chosen to use those secrets wisely, to restore lost colonies, and to ensure that humanity thrived across the stars. The ship itself seemed to acknowledge their resolve. Its energy fields pulsed softly, and the chests vibrated in harmony, almost like a heartbeat. The AI hovered nearby, offering guidance and support. The humans felt a connection not only to the ship but also to each other, united by their courage, ingenuity, and determination. Mara turned to her crew. This is only the beginning. We've faced incredible creatures, solved impossible puzzles, and learned secrets lost for centuries. But the universe is waiting for us to rise to its challenges. Jalen smiled faintly. Then we rise. That's what humans do best. Lyra nodded, her eyes reflecting the light of the chests. We are explorers, problem solvers, and protectors. And now, we have the tools and knowledge to make a real difference. The next day, the humans began preparations for their journey to the lost colonies. The pirate vessel had shown them the way, but it was up to them to follow it. They carefully cataloged the chests, learned from the AI, and planned their route through the galaxy. Every decision was measured, every move deliberate, for they knew that the universe would not wait for mistakes. As the humans prepared to leave Orpheus IV, a final message from the AI echoed in their minds. You are chosen for your courage, intelligence, and integrity. These qualities define humanity. Protect them, and you will shape the destiny of your species. Mara looked at her crew, feeling pride and responsibility in equal measure. We have the chance to do something extraordinary, she said, to reclaim humanity's lost legacy and ensure our place among the stars. We will not fail. The pirate vessel remained behind, quiet and watchful, its purpose fulfilled for now. The humans had passed the tests, proven their worth, and earned the right to carry humanity's future forward. But the challenges ahead would demand everything they had learned and more. With the chests secured, the AI guiding them, and their courage unwavering, the human explorers set their course for the first lost colony. The galaxy awaited, full of wonders and dangers, but the humans were ready. They had proven that ingenuity, bravery, and determination were qualities unmatched in the universe. The pirate vessel, ancient and mysterious, sank slowly back into the depths, leaving the humans with its legacy. The chests rattled softly, a reminder that knowledge and power came with responsibility. And for the first time in centuries, humanity had a chance to reclaim its place in the galaxy. Guided by intelligence, courage, and the uniquely human spark that had brought them this far, the pirate vessel had disappeared beneath the waves of Orpheus IV, leaving the human explorers alone on the calm surface. The chests they had unlocked pulsed faintly with energy, their light reflecting off the ocean like distant stars. Captain Mara 11 stood at the deck's railing, feeling the weight of responsibility settle on her shoulders. The journey ahead would test them in ways they could not yet imagine. Dr. Lyra Tan moved among the chests, her fingers brushing over the alien mechanisms. We have the maps, the tools, and the guidance, she said softly. But we also have choices to make. Every action from here on matters. Jalen leaned against the railing, scanning the horizon with the ship's sensors. The galaxy isn't empty. Whoever left this ship behind probably expected someone like us to find it, but that also means there are others who want what we have. Mara nodded. We'll face them when they come. Humans are clever, adaptable, and brave. That's why the ship chose us. That's why we survive where others fail. The AI from the first chest hovered near Lyra, its light pulsing gently. Your decisions define the future of humanity. The knowledge you possess can rebuild lost colonies, or destroy them if misused. You must act with wisdom, courage, and integrity. The humans carefully prepared for their first mission, restoring a lost human colony on a planet called Eridani Prime. Long abandoned after centuries of war and famine, the colony's ruins were scattered across the planet, overgrown and partially destroyed. As the human vessel approached, Mara felt a thrill of anticipation. This is it, she said. Our first chance to use what we've learned, to show the universe what humans can do. The planet's surface was harsh, with jagged mountains and dense forests. The team deployed drones to survey the area, mapping ruins and identifying points of interest. Lyra examined the scans, noting the locations of energy sources and surviving structures. We can restore basic life support systems and infrastructure with these tools, she said. It will take careful planning, but we can do it. Jalen activated a small device from one of the chests. It unfolded into a grid of holographic scaffolding, projecting structures and pathways. This is amazing, he said. It's like we're seeing the colony rebuilt before our eyes. The humans moved carefully across the terrain, setting up energy generators and repairing communication arrays. The chests provided guidance, showing the correct sequences for activating technology that had been dormant for centuries. Every step required teamwork, intelligence, and adaptability. Suddenly, a tremor shook the ground. Mara raised a hand. Hold positions. Sensors. Check for threats. From the nearby forests, massive alien creatures emerged, their movements deliberate and calculating. The humans realized that the creatures that had followed them at Orpheus IV were not random. They had tracked the vessel across space, observing their actions. Lyra activated one of the holographic defense grids. We need to protect the colony and ourselves. But we also need to show that we can solve problems without unnecessary violence. The creatures advanced cautiously, testing the humans as they had tested the pirate vessel. Using light signals, energy pulses, and clever positioning, the humans created barriers and distractions. The creatures hesitated, then retreated slightly, recognizing that the humans were not just survivors, they were problem solvers. Mara smiled faintly. Humans don't just fight. We adapt. We strategize. And we protect. That's what sets us apart. Over the next several days, the humans worked tirelessly. They repaired energy grids, restored water and air systems, and reconstructed key buildings. The AI from the chests guided them, providing knowledge about sustainable energy, medical technology, and structural integrity. Every step was carefully measured, every action deliberate. As the colony began to come alive, signs of former inhabitants appeared. Small holographic records activated, showing family histories, communal events, and records of scientific experiments. Lyra studied them, her eyes wide. We're not just restoring buildings, she said. We're restoring culture, knowledge, and history. Jalen nodded. And all of this started because humans didn't back down from the unknown. We explored, we adapted, and we used our brains. That's why we're capable of this. One night, while the team rested, the AI projected a map of nearby star systems. Other colonies await, it said. Some thriving, some abandoned, some under threat. Your choices will influence the survival of humanity. Mara stared at the map. Then we keep going. Humans don't wait for others to act. We take responsibility. We restore what was lost. And we protect what remains. The humans set off to the next colony, a mining world called Talaris, long forgotten after a catastrophic collapse. Here, the challenges were different. The terrain was harsh, machinery decayed, and resources limited, but the humans approached each problem with creativity and determination. Using the chest's technology, they repaired energy conduits, stabilized the atmosphere, and restored communication networks. As they worked, alien scavengers appeared, intent on exploiting the newly restored technology. The humans faced them with clever tactics, using environmental advantages, holographic projections, and energy barriers. Every encounter reinforced the lessons learned aboard the pirate vessel. Intelligence and courage were more powerful than brute force. During one particularly dangerous confrontation, Lyra discovered a hidden chest buried beneath debris. Inside was a compact AI drone, capable of autonomous repair and construction. "This is incredible," she said. "It can work independently and assist us anywhere. It's perfect for these colonies." Mara studied the device, her mind racing with possibilities. Every tool, every piece of knowledge we've gained is meant to be used wisely. Humans are not just survivors, we're caretakers of the legacy left behind. With each restored colony, the humans' reputation grew. Communities long thought lost were reconnected. Trade and communication networks re-established, and knowledge shared across the galaxy. The humans had become symbols of ingenuity, courage, and resilience, proof that their species could rise above challenges that would overwhelm others. Yet, the journey was far from over. As the humans approached a star system containing one of the most technologically advanced lost colonies, they sensed a new threat, a massive alien fleet, drawn by the energy of the pirate vessel and the humans' activities, blocked their path. Their ships were unlike any the humans had encountered, sleek, fast, and heavily armed. Jalen activated the ship's shields. "We're outnumbered, outgunned, and in unfamiliar territory. What do we do?" Mara smiled faintly. "We do what humans do best. We adapt. We use our intelligence. And we fight when necessary." The humans coordinated their attack with precision. Using the knowledge from the chests, they created energy fields, disrupted the enemy's sensors, and deployed holographic decoys. The alien fleet was powerful, but the humans' creativity and teamwork allowed them to gain the upper hand. During the battle, one of the chests opened unexpectedly, revealing a powerful energy core. Mara realized that the chest had recognized the humans' actions. They had proven themselves worthy of wielding its full potential. Using the core, they amplified their defenses and neutralized the alien fleet without unnecessary destruction. The humans had once again demonstrated what made them unique. Intelligence, courage, creativity, and a commitment to protecting others had allowed them to succeed where brute strength alone would have failed. As the alien fleet retreated, the AI spoke. "You have proven yourselves. You are worthy of the legacy entrusted to you. The galaxy will remember that humans are not only survivors, they are leaders, innovators, and guardians." Mara looked at her crew, pride and determination shining in her eyes. This is humanity at its best. We don't just explore or conquer. We learn, we protect, and we rise to every challenge. With the pirate vessel's guidance, the chest's technology, and the AI's assistance, the humans continued their mission. Lost colonies were restored, knowledge was shared, and the galaxy began to see humans not just as inhabitants, but as a species capable of extraordinary achievement. As they traveled from one colony to another, the humans realized that the pirate vessel's true purpose had not been treasure or power. It had been a test, a lesson, and a guide. The chests contained knowledge, but it was humans' courage, intelligence, and integrity that unlocked its full potential. Finally, after restoring the last known colony in the mapped star systems, Mara stood on the deck of the human vessel, looking out at the stars. The galaxy was vast, full of wonders and dangers, but the humans had proven themselves capable of meeting whatever challenges awaited. The AI projected one final message. The legacy is yours to protect. Your actions will shape the future of humanity. Continue to be brave, intelligent, and wise. Continue to be human. Mara nodded. We will. We always have, and we always will. The human explorers set a course back to Orpheus IV, the site of the pirate vessel's last appearance. The ocean was calm, the chests still pulsing faintly with energy. Though the vessel itself remained hidden, its legacy lived on in the humans who had proven themselves worthy. For the first time in centuries, humanity had reclaimed a part of its lost history. They had restored colonies, protected knowledge, and demonstrated to the universe what humans could do. The chests, the AI, and the technology had been guides, but it was the humans themselves, their courage, ingenuity, and determination that had achieved the impossible. Captain Mara Levin smiled as she gazed at the stars. "This is only the beginning," she said. "The galaxy is ours to explore, to protect, and to shape. And humans will rise to every challenge." The ship moved forward, carrying the crew toward new adventures, new discoveries, and new challenges. Humanity had proven itself worthy, not just to the pirate vessel or the chests, but to the universe itself. And as the stars stretched endlessly ahead, the humans knew one thing. No matter what came next, they were ready. They were explorers, they were survivors, they were humans, and that was enough.